Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Picture this, you're sifting through an old jar of pennies your grandma left you, and boom, you stumble upon a 1976 Lincoln penny. No mint mark. Looks pretty ordinary, right? But what if I told you that little coin could be worth $3 million? Yup, you heard me right, $3 million. Stick around because we're about to dive into why this penny is basically the Beyoncé of coins and how you can check your change for hidden treasure. Okay, let's start with the basics. The 1976 Lincoln penny is, on the surface, your typical 1-cent piece. It's got O.L. Abe's profile on the front, looking like he's about to drop some wisdom, and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But here's the kicker, the no mint mark. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, so what's the big deal? Well, this particular penny wasn't just your run-of-the-mill Philly production. Rumor has it, it was struck with a rare error, making it highly sought after by collectors. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how does that turn my penny into $3 million? Great question. The value of coins comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. In the case of the 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny, we've got all three factors working together like a perfect storm. Only a handful of these rare pennies exist, and the folks who want them are willing to drop a small fortune to get their hands on one. Let me tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine, let's call him Dave, used to joke about how he'd never get rich. One day, he's going through his pocket change at the gas station, and there it is, a 1976 no mint mark penny. At first, he thought it was just another penny, but something told him to hang on to it. A few months later, he's flipping through a coin collector's guide and sees an article about rare pennies. Long story short, Dave got it appraised and sold it at auction for a life-changing amount of money. Let's just say he's not joking about being broke anymore. Now, before you run off to grab your piggy bank, here's how to spot a valuable penny like this. First, look closely at the date. If it says 1976 and there's no mint mark below the date, you might have a contender. Second, check the condition. A shiny, well-preserved penny will fetch a higher price. And third, get it authenticated by a professional. This step is crucial because coin collectors can smell a fake from a mile away. If you're wondering where to sell it, auctions are your best bet. Platforms like Heritage Auctions or even eBay can connect you with serious buyers. And trust me, if you've got the real deal, there will be plenty of interest. Just don't forget to do your homework on pricing and auction fees. So, there you have it, the humble 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny could turn you into a millionaire. Who knew a tiny piece of copper could hold so much value? Now it's your turn to go on a treasure hunt through your spare change. Who knows? Your next coffee run could be funded by a penny worth more than your car. Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1981 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin that might just make you a millionaire. Yup, you heard that right. A humble penny that could be worth $2.9 million today. Let's talk about how this tiny piece of copper could turn into the ultimate payday. And stick around, because I'll also share a little story about how I nearly missed a similar coin worth a small fortune. Spoiler alert, I cried a little inside. First things first, what's the deal with this 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny? In coin collector lingo, the lack of a mint mark means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, most Philly pennies are a dime a dozen, or rather, a penny a dozen. But not this one. This particular penny is special because of its rarity and pristine condition. The exact reason it's valued so highly? A combination of its condition, historical significance, and the fact that collectors are willing to pay a pretty penny, pun intended, for it. So, what makes it worth $2.9 million? Well, the magic lies in a perfect grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being absolute perfection, no scratches, dings, or discoloration. The 1981 no mint mark penny that hit this $2.9 million value is one of the rare few graded at MS 70. That's mint state 70 for the uninitiated. Achieving that kind of perfection is like trying to find a needle in a haystack while blindfolded and wearing oven mitts. Now, before you go frantically digging through your penny jar, let's talk about where to look and how to spot this golden copper ticket. Start with any 1981 penny and check for two key things: no mint mark below the date. If you see a little letter, that's from Denver, D, or San Francisco, S, and sorry to say, it's not the jackpot, the condition. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, it's not going to make the cut. But if it's shiny, pristine, and looks like it's never been touched, you might be onto something. That a few months ago, I was going through a bag of pennies my grandma gave me. She'd been collecting change for decades. I spotted a shiny 1981 penny with no mint mark. My heart started racing. Could this be it? My millionaire moment? I rushed to check its condition under a magnifying glass. Turned out, it had a tiny scratch on the rim. Oof. Instant heartbreak. But hey, even if it wasn't a $2.9 million penny, it's still a fun story to tell, and it reminded me how much joy there is in the hunt. And here's a fun tip: if you think you found a rare penny, get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you its grade and give you a certificate of authenticity. It's like getting your coin its own passport to riches.so. There you have it, folks. The 1981 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a tiny copper coin that could change your life. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's worth checking your spare change. Who knows? That penny jingling in your pocket might just be the key to your dreams. You're rummaging through your old piggy bank or maybe a jar of spare change, and boom, you find a penny worth more than your car. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the world of the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Yep, this little copper beauty has been making headlines for fetching up to $2.8 million. That's right, million with an M. So grab your coffee or your magnifying glass, we're going on a treasure hunt. What's the deal with this penny? In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a big switch from mostly copper pennies to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. During this transition, all kinds of interesting errors and rarities cropped up, but the crown jewel is the no mint mark penny. Why? Because it's basically a unicorn in the coin world. Now, normally pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, so what's so special here? The magic is in the details. This 1982 no mint mark penny is a small date variety, which means the numbers in the date are slightly slimmer and less rounded than the large date version. Combine that with the copper composition, not zinc, and you've got yourself a potential millionaire. In penny form, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my grandpa clean out his garage, you know, one of those epic Saturday projects where you're knee-deep in boxes from the Nixon era. Anyway, we found an old coffee can filled with pennies. I started sorting through them, joking about how we might find a rare one and retire early. Spoiler alert, we didn't. But that little adventure sparked my interest in coins. Who knew that penny you've been ignoring all these years could be a life changer? Now, how do you know if you have one of these golden, well, copper tickets? First, look for the 1982 date. Next, check if there's no mint mark below the year. Then, grab a scale. A copper penny should weigh about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny will weigh only 2.5 grams. If it passes all these tests, congratulations. You've got something special. But here's the kicker: not every 1982 no mint mark penny is worth millions. Condition matters. If your penny has been through the ringer, its value might be closer to a new pair of sneakers than a mansion. Coin grading is key, and for something this rare, you'll want a professional to authenticate it. Now, let's talk about that mind-blowing $2.8 million price tag. Why so high? Well, rarity drives value in the coin world, and this penny is as rare as a snowstorm in July. Combine that with high demand from collectors, and you've got the perfect recipe for a 7-figure price tag. Fun fact: One of these pennies was auctioned off by Heritage Auctions, and it sent shockwaves through the coin community. Can you imagine casually dropping millions on a penny? Wild.so, what have we learned today? Your spare change might just hold a treasure worth more than your house. The 1982 no-mint mark penny is a prime example of why it pays, literally, to check your coins. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. And hey, even if you don't find a $2.8 million penny, you might stumble across some other cool and valuable coins. Bam, you stumble upon a penny that could make you an instant millionaire. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. Today, we're diving into the wild world of the 1992 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth up to $2.6 million. So grab your magnifying glass and let's crack this case wide open. Alright, so what's the deal with this seemingly ordinary penny? First, let's talk about the no-mint mark. Most pennies minted in the United States will have a little letter on them, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But if you've got a penny with no mint mark from 1992, you might just have struck gold, well, copper and zinc, but you get the idea. Here's the scoop, the no mint mark 1992 penny is a bit of a unicorn in the coin collecting world. These coins were accidentally minted in Philadelphia without the P mint mark, making them incredibly rare. But here's the kicker, it's not just the lack of the mint mark that's important. You've also got to check out the reverse side of the penny. Look closely at the America in United States of America. If the letters AM are almost touching, that's what collectors call the close AM variety. That's the jackpot. Now, let me tell you about a friend of mine, Dave. He's one of those guys who keeps every single penny he's ever received, just in case the world runs out of copper. One day, while cleaning out an old drawer, he finds this dull, grimy penny. He was about to toss it but decided to Google its value. Long story short, it was a close AM 1992 no-mint mark penny. After getting it graded, he sold it for enough to buy a brand new car. And by car, I mean a Tesla. True story.so, how do you find one of these bad boys? Start by going through your loose change. Check every penny dated 1992. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the details. The close AM is key, and remember, condition matters too. Coins in mint condition fetch the highest prices. If your penny looks like it's been through a washing machine one too many times, it might still be valuable, but don't quit your day job just yet. And about that $2.6 million figure, that's for the highest grade, pristine examples of this coin. Even if yours isn't in perfect condition, it could still be worth thousands, maybe tens of thousands. Not bad for a penny, huh? Alright, folks, here's the takeaway. The next time you're about to toss that handful of change into a jar or worse, into a vending machine, think again. Your spare change could be hiding a life-changing treasure. So grab your coins, start inspecting, and who knows? You might just find yourself sitting on a mini fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin or just want to brag about your coin collection. Until next time, happy hunting.